So Armand, tell us about your background.
Well, I was one of those kind of techie IT geeks back in the 90s.
No, come on.
I actually, when I was 15 years old, I dropped out of high school to start a computer business. And did that for a few years, but then decided to go back to school and get my education. And I'd always had an interest in IT as well as in medicine. So I decided to take the medicine route and got a degree in neurobiology and attended Harvard Medical School for a couple of years, eventually leaving there to come and start Allgrain. And I've been doing this now for about 3.5 years. And I've combined really the IT knowledge that I've had over all these years with the time I spent at Berkeley, where I learned to be kind of a bit of a tree hugger. And putting those two together, I was able to start Allgrain.
That's fantastic. I actually live in Venice Beach, so I'm somewhat of a tree hugger as well.
Excellent.
I haven't gone to medical school yet, though. But that's really interesting. So you have a really interesting background that has brought you to this point in your company.
Well, I mean, electronics recycling is kind of a unique thing where you have to really understand IT equipment and how companies manage their IT equipment. And then on the other hand, the environmental concerns, the data concerns, and I felt like my background kind of gave me that unique ability to bring it all together. And having spent time in medical school, I understood the importance of data security for hospitals. And so that's another piece that I brought into it as well. And that's why a lot of what we do today revolves around industries where data is a major concern, such as the banking industry, hospitals, government.
Yeah, I can imagine security would be a major concern, secondary to obviously environmental, which is a huge concern nowadays, especially.
Absolutely, yeah. And for a lot of industries, there are now regulations that they have to follow, such as HIPAA for hospitals,
Yes.
and there's equivalent things in other industries as well. And so we're very conscious of that. We make sure that companies are doing the right thing for the environment, and as well as making sure that their client data is very well protected.
Well, so your company not only provides a service, but you do a really good thing for the world in general.
We try. Yeah, I mean, a lot of electronics unfortunately end up going into landfills, ending up in the wrong hands. And most people don't realize that old TV or that monitor or that computer sitting on your desk looks very innocent as it's sitting there. But if it goes into a landfill, there are a lot of hazardous contents that can end up in our water system and really damage the environment.
Of course. And now electronics is a really broad term. So what types of things do you take care of, or do you help service?
Yeah, that's a great question. We actually will handle anything that plugs in or takes a battery. So any equipment, looking around this studio, you have all this equipment, camera equipment, lighting equipment. We can actually handle all of that. But really our primary focus is computer equipment. So companies with any of their IT equipment, their computers, their monitors, servers, any cell phones, things like that they have, as well as any telephone equipment, and even in hospitals, their medical equipment. It's all electronic, so we handle all of that as well.
Wow, that's great. I hope you've learned a lot from this video. I know I have. To learn more about Allgrain, click the website link below.